what is Yochi and why are there fucking lines out the front door? So many! At 8:30 at night? Ooh, what are you lining up for? Is it some sort of yoga? I thought it was like Pilates and yoga mixed together. That's when the fatty part of my brain went, Christian, you might want to actually do some research into what Yochi is because it's right up your alley, you fat piece of shit. Yochi is a new, rapidly growing dessert chain here in Australia. There are over 38 stores, and there's one about 5 minutes away from me. Now, have I tried it? Yes. And I'm going to explain to you my experience at Yochi. But first, I want to take you back to the days of, let's go back to the early 2000s, where a young mum of 32 years of age, has 3 kids, is in her kitchen making smoothies. And she goes, I want to open my own smoothie bar. Living in Adelaide, she does. She opens one and she calls it Boost Juice. It becomes fucking insane. It puts her on the map. Janine Ellis is her name. She's a multi-quadrillionaire, right? She started Boost Juice. There are over 580 Boost Juice stores in 13 countries globally. It is a global brand. I am going to blow you away with who runs Yochi. It's not Janine. She's like, busy, fucking done that. Ooh, don't want to get myself into that shit again. I'm going to sit back in my Noosa $1 million home, which, Janine, if you don't have a Noosa mansion, what the fuck are you doing with yourself? That's all I want to do. Become a multi-millionaire and buy a Noosa front water property and then tell everyone to fuck off and never talk to another human being again. Is that what Janine has done? No, it hasn't. Then what, pray tell, could her connection to Yochi be? Well, growing up with a mum such as Janine Ellis, her son Oliver was like, wow, my mum is so impressive. One day I would like to be just like her, but I don't want to do very, very sugary drinks that are actually unhealthy. I would like to do desserts, which probably are healthier than boosts, but everyone knows are laced with sugar. And I'm going to call it Yochi. And that's what Oliver did. Oliver is Janine's son. Now, do we think that nepotism was involved here? Abso-fucking-lutely. The mother's loaded. Oliver is a genius, right? And whatever they've done is fucking incredible. It's exactly the same formula, I feel, as Boost. It appeals to the youth. When I was younger, like Boost was for me in my teens. It was fucking cool. You'd line up and the person at the counter, you fucking couldn't hear them. They'd be like, huh? Because the music was so loud. And you're like, oh my God, they're so cool. They wear bandanas on their head. That's so cool. And then you've got to compete with them doing this. Christian! Like, it was just fucking chaos, but it was so fun. And you wanted to go, I would get a Mango Magic, please. And the names didn't really relate to the coolness of Boost Juice. And then Boost did the name game. Oh God, I am taken back to my late teens, early 20s. Oliver has learnt from his mother and she's probably invested. I don't know. But I mean, having Janine as a mum, if you fail, it's okay. So good on him. I'm not saying anything bad about Oliver. I'm just saying I couldn't do it. It would be too expensive for me to embark on a journey like this. But he and his team have fucking nailed it. Yochi is suddenly everywhere and everyone's talking about it. Now, how did I find out about it? I watched a TikTok from this guy and he fucking went on this whole rant about going on a Yochi date and how batshit insane the girl was at Yochi. And he's explaining it and he's like, she was just eating it so fast. And then she went all crazy and she wanted to have some of his. And I was like, wow, she does sound like a lunatic. And then I went to fucking Yochi. I was like, I'm just going to go. There's one near me. I don't even know what it is. Frozen yogurt? Cool. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, sit the fuck down. Sit down. Yochi is, on their website it says, Yochi was born from an idea to bring together delicious frozen yogurt with an infinite flow of good energy. Can you tell Oliver's from Byron? In a space where people of all ages feel equally welcome. The intention was to inspire creativity, encouraging customers to handcraft their own bespoke piece of unimaginable deliciousness. What a fucking wankfest. But let me tell you, they really nail the brief. The bespoke piece of unimaginable deliciousness is exactly how I felt when I had my first Yochi. Yochi kickstarted in Melbourne's self-serve frozen yogurt scene with the opening of the first venue in Balaclava in September of 2012. Fucking hell. I thought it exploded overnight. Anyways, today we're preparing to open stores all over the country. We're proud to be a family-owned Australian business, and chi remains at the heart of everything we do. Fucking brilliant. So I decided the other day to go along, and I got to my local store, and sure enough, there was a line. Now, I haven't lined up for something. I think the last time I lined up for something was at my 21st. I went to ARC on my 21st and then ended up at the end of the night in RPA, in the hospital in emergency. That is another story. I've got a scar here. I tried to do the worm. Didn't go so well. That's the last time I lined up for anything. I felt like I was lining up for a fucking nightclub. And there wasn't doof music. The difference between Yochi and Boost was the music. I don't even remember if there was music. It was calm. No, it wasn't calm. There's a lot of people. But it was like, I wasn't anxious. I think because the promise of a very delicious sugary treat was at stake, that I was just so excited. So I line up, and at the front of the line is this lovely lady, and she's like, have you been here before? And I'm like, no. And she's like, cool. Take a cup. There's just one cup. You just take the cup, and then you pick a flavour of frozen yogurt, and you serve yourself. They're all lined up against the wall. And then there's like a buffet, like a buffet with the glass things and whatnot. Do you remember the days of all-you-can-eat Pizza Hut and the dessert buffet? This is exactly that. This is exactly that. It is an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet of dessert. So I got my little Yochi. What did I pick? I think I picked coconut. And then you just go along in this line. Oh, people are fucking insufferable though, because you're in a line. And so people just, it's like, oh, can you move forward? Like the line was annoying, but it was like, I'm going to put some cookie crumbs on here, some mini M&Ms, pop in some Oreos. I was like, I'm basically making a McFlurry. Then there was Biscoff, like a Biscoff milk that I could put on. It was like a thick cream. And then there was just like a litany of fruits. Ugh. Fruit! And then there was like syrups, and then there was some bigger hunks of like pecan pie was there that you could add in. Cookie dough was there. And then you get to the end and there's like just big vats of chocolate, melted dark milk, Biscoff chocolate, another thing of Biscoff paste you can put on it, peanut butter. And then I was like, this is amazing. And then you put it on this scale, and that's when I was like, oh, it's paid for by weight. Should have thought of that. And then they weigh it. And then mine only came to $12. Now the cup, literally, it felt like it was about this big, right? It was like that. It was about half full. It was $12. I sat down and I thought, this looks a little basic. Like, I was like, yeah, cool. Frozen yogurt with some mix-ins. What's the big deal? I took my first bite. Oh, my life has never been the same since. Do you know how we talk about time as before Jesus was born and after Jesus was born? My life is before I discovered Yochi and after I discovered Yochi. Okay, I have been enlightened. The other brilliant thing about Yochi is my particular one is open till 10:30 at night. So when you want a little bit of a late night snack and Woolies is closed, I just mosey on down to Yochi. I can get the tiniest little bit of frozen yogurt and then just pour Biscoff, like just melted Biscoff, and drink it. Oh, Oliver, Australia owes you a service. This is like a new place for, like, our youth can go there. Oh, finally, places our youth can go to socialise. They can get themselves off social media. The government's about to force their hand at that. And they can go and have some fun Yochi times. Now, the Yochi store is set up to be quite social. It's a little bit Max Brennery, because that's where I used to go to be a bit social, like San Churro. It's a bit Yochi. I fucking loved it. And then a friend of mine sent me an article. Oh, how you build your Yochi frozen yogurt bowl will reveal the reason why you're still single. It's a BuzzFeed quiz that makes no fucking sense, but I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm still single because I want to put many dicks in my mouth. I don't just want to settle for one. But let's just see what it says. Which flavour are you sampling before filling your cup? Sampling lychee. No, I don't want to go with lychee. I think I'll go banana. What's going in your cup first? Ooh, who puts toppings in first? Actually, that's not a bad idea. I never thought to put toppings in first. I would go with salted butterscotch in that mix. What's going next? Cookies and cream. Which toppings are you adding to your cup? Oh my God, cookie dough. Oh, Maltesers. Oh my God, pods. No, just those. Oh, I want to add Oreos and mini M&Ms. I mean, this isn't even real. I'll literally, as soon as I hit stop, I'll go and make a real one. What sauce are you putting on your creation? Well, where's the Biscoff? I'd go pistachio, I think. I'm not a fan of Nutella as a sauce. How much are you paying for your cup? Well, it's probably $10 for the cup. What do you think? What? Where's my answer? Yep. Do I need to? Oh, there we go. Done choosing. People aren't feeling your disrespect towards customer service workers. Sort that out ASAP. How fucking dare you? I am nothing but respectful to those sons of bitches. Smiling, being polite. I'm always respectful. How dare you? Anyways, if you haven't gone to Yochi, I strongly suggest coconut frozen yogurt, mini M&Ms, Oreos, cookie dough, the Biscoff spread. There's crumbs. It's almost like gaytime crumbs. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need. You mix it in and you eat it and it's really fucking good.